like the third hole at Wentworth, where the World Match Play Championship has been played every year. Big step in the green. Now Sally. Same sort of putt. And she's done it very well. Also, just needed, a smidgen more, and that was in. That's her 4. Both players favouring a little tartan. And also a 4 for Jerry Pate. So after 3 holes, Pate remains 1 ahead. Now the 4th, we're looking back up the fairway from the green. 464 yards for the men, 378 for the girls. The big trees on the right, unfortunately, a couple of those big silver birches have started to die off, but they can catch the unwary up the left-hand side. Pate giving it the full treatment with his driver.
Come on, Gary. Lock it. Turn it, Win.
Cries of anguish, but perfectly all right. Now from a bit nearer, here's Sally, also with a driver. That's a good shot.
Two in a row.
Back up to the green, and the flag today, well, pretty middle front. And there we're looking across from our plateau down across the plain. And here's Pate. Got to take a 4-iron for his second. Oh, super shot, but a touch short. He could have done with a little more beef. Now Sally Little with a 4-iron also. And also a little bit shy, but on the green, safe enough.
Can you see it? It just really...
Straight down.
It doesn't roll.
Sally's just on the green, on the putting surface, and Pate short. I don't think he'll use a putter, but he may. It's either a sort of 7 or 8-iron little chip and run. In fact, he's 4 or 5 paces off the green. So I would suggest that he needed 1 more club. He took a 4. He would have done better with a little 3-iron. Now, little chip up. He's using now an 8-iron. Laid it very nicely indeed. Just 2.5 feet past. Those are the real stroke savers. They're a couple of our gallant markers. Done a super job this week. Now Sally mustn't do anything foolish here. Holeable putt for a birdie 3. Very smooth stroke, long backswing. Nice rhythm. Well, I think we can give her a 4. Will she go ahead and tap it in? Yes, she will. Well, that's a 4. And now Jerry just has to hole this one to remain 1 ahead. Not taking any liberties. Hello, hello. Well now, misread, mishit, aimed left, pulled a bit, call it whatever you will, but that's a very unlikely miss from Jerry Pate, and so the scores now are level. Pate and Little both level par, and on we go to the short 5th hole. Pin well to the back of the green today at this longish short hole over the valley. 177 yards for the men, 157 for the girls. And because the men are playing from tees that are further back, they have the honour. They play first at each hole, whether they win it or not. If any of you are wondering why. Pate blasts away with a 5-iron. And he's got a touch of the underclubbings today. He did it at the last hole, it cost him a stroke. And he's done it again. He's all of, must be 25 yards from the hole. Now Sally also with a 5-iron. Nice grip, no gaps in those fingers. Equal pressure with both hands. And she's pulled him off a bit, and, well, I venture to say perhaps she needed one more club. So both players faced with a little chip and a putt. This green has been very wet indeed, and both players marching up just to see how wet it is. That's so they can judge their chips and pitches better. Pate first. Now he's playing a little running shot, 7-iron. This ball won't get very high in the air. Checking, running, and not all that close. Now Sally from just on the bank, a 9-iron. No, and she's flubbed it. Long backswing and then stopped the club. Was lying perhaps a little wet and damp. And the girls there wondering what on earth she's doing. Long putt for her 3. Which misses, so... Oh, Sally, that's a chance missed. That's a 4. And now Jerry Pate, having missed that very short one on the last, has this to retain or go into his lead again, 1 stroke. And he's hit it left again. And he's a bit hot. He's smiling through the tears a bit at that miss. Well, perhaps honours should have been even at that hole, but it would have been nicer if they'd both done it in 3. So they're both level, but now 1 over par.
A diamond is the world's hardest substance, but 2 years later, you still can't cook on it. Introducing Armor Coat 2. It's brand new, with bigger and better pieces like this huge non-stick 3-quart saucepan. Watch, these are burnt baked beans. A disaster. But with Armor Coat 2, they come out this quick. This incredible saucepan comes with a cover that also fits our amazing cook and serve pan. It, too, has the famous Armor Coat surface. Even burnt pudding won't stick to it. And look, the pans go together to form a double boiler. It's great for sauces, melting chocolate, and steaming vegetables. Next, we'll baby you with the world's greatest baby food warmer and non-stick egg poacher. How much would you pay for a 7-in-1 combination like this? Don't answer until you see this extra deep covered fryer. It holds more chicken than a hen house. Does scrambled egg mess leave you shell-shocked? How's that for non-stick? And you can even make pancakes without a spatula. But wait, there's still more to Armor Coat 2, because this cover fits a gigantic 5-quart Dutch oven. Cook a huge pot roast, make mounds of spaghetti, a gallon of chili, and heaps of boiled potatoes. And if they burn, don't worry, this is Armor Coat 2. Now how much would you pay? Well, hold on to your seat, because you also get a complete Armor Coat bakeware set at no extra cost. Muffins flip out like this, cakes come out like this, and bread pops out like this. It's also great for meatloaf. You get all this fabulous Armor Coat cookware and bakeware for the incredible low price of only $29.99. It's genuine Armor Coat cookware. Insist on it.
COD and credit card customers call toll-free 1-800-453-8508 or send $29.99 to Cook and Bake, P.O. Box 700, Boston, Massachusetts. You get the amazing 7-in-1 combination, the extra deep fryer, the huge Dutch oven, plus the complete bakeware set. Limit 2 per customer. Order now.
Now their 6th hole is the 13th, and I think one of the best par 4s I've seen in many a day. You can see the big pine trees on either side of the fairway, slight little dog leg from the tee, down a bit of a dip, and the green built up at the end. A good hole. First of all, you must get a good drive away, favouring the right half of the fairway.
Come on, Jerry.
And just off the fairway, but if he's lying all right, I think he'll be strong enough to get it past or over those trees.
Put some earplugs in,
So the match level, very delicately poised, as Sally Little goes to her tee. Not much of an advantage here for the girls, about 25 yards or so.
Good friend.
Good shot. Very good shot indeed. But the long hole's coming up, and probably odds a touch in Pate's favour over these final holes, because Sally Little isn't the longest of hitters, but all will be revealed as we go along. When you won the Open Championship, and I was there to see that very spectacular second shot to the 72nd hole, did you feel then that golf was a simple game and you would stride on and win major championship? You know, the world must have been your great oyster. Are you slightly disappointed that the great victories and the great Opens and things haven't all come your way, or do you feel opportunities missed or what?
Well, Peter, I feel a little of both. Of course, I have been fortunate. I won the Canadian Open Championship with the same year with a record score of 63 the last round, and I've won the Phoenix Open and Southern Open twice, and the Japanese Masters, which is the largest tournament in Japan. I've won a few other tournaments a lot of people don't realize, but as far as stroke average, seconds on the tours, I think my stroke average has been just about as good as anybody. I've had a second in the PGA Championship. I'm sure you remember it. Oakmont, I three-putted the last green to lose. But I still don't think my game is where it should be, and of course most players don't come into their own from the time which I won the Open. Normally you don't become your best between ages until between ages of 35 to 27, so I feel like I got a lot of time to play.
If you had to have a little magic wand and say, I wish I could do that better, what would be the one thing in your game that you think, I wish I was, you know, a better...
I wish I had more time to practice. I wish I scheduled... Oh, yeah, I don't think there's any one thing in my game I wish I did one thing better or another, like driving. I think the only fault I have in my game is practice. I need to spend more time practicing and working
Why
harder.
don't you?
Well, I've been involved in a lot of other things, and between having children and building a new home, and I've changed managers, lawyers, accountants in the last 2 years. I've done a lot, and I've had 2 children and done all these things, so it sort of tied me down a little bit. But I think now I'm looking ahead and going to work very hard this year on my game.
Do you feel sort of great sympathy for the slump like Johnny Miller had, Tony Jacklin had? It's something that the rank and file of the population don't really understand, why a great player can suddenly lose it.
I think the reason a good player loses it is from not working hard enough. It's the only way. I have no sympathy for anybody that doesn't work hard enough, and Johnny's a great player, and Tony is too, but Johnny will tell you that he went for a while without practicing, and of course it was in all the papers, and Tony didn't work as hard as he should have, and I think that comes with fame and fortune. I think sometimes you just need to step back and look at yourself and say, you know, what are my goals? Do I want to be a great player, or I don't want to just say that I've won the Open or the U.S. Amateur, and that's it. But
practice makes perfect.
The way I look at it, I want to go on and do bigger and better things, and as I said, I'm just to the stage of my game where I've got my ducks in a row now, and I'm going to go out and work very hard.
It all looks very good, Jerry. I'm sure it will.
Appreciate it, Peter.
Well, some food for thought there. Now, Sally Little, awkward shot, slightly downhill lie. She's taking a 2-iron, which is one of the most difficult golf clubs to use. damn it. Say, tut, tut. And she's down the hill, down the bank. Yes, it's easy to have hindsight, but I think a 4 or 5 wood would have suited Sally better there. So Pate now with a great opportunity, although he's got an awkward shot. Believe it or not, he cracked that with a 7-iron.
Down,
Well, neither on the green, and Jerry in a bit of trouble. Sally short, so anything can happen.
We had 40 to the front.
144.
God, I can't believe I'm hitting 7-iron. All I got to do is hit an 8-iron and put it on the front of the green.
I'm gone out.
You're right.
So third shot for Sally Little. Down there, pitching up over the bunker. Here she comes, and good effort. She couldn't see the flag at all. Now Pate with a very difficult shot. Oh, I do say, what a brilliant effort. Just flipped it up in the air, and he's got it very close indeed. Now, Sally, what pressure on her. This for her 4. Oh, she's hit some good putts today that they haven't dropped. This for a 1 over par 5. So Sally goes to 2 over. And there's Sally with Johnny Miller, who's come out to see how his partner in crime, Jerry Pate's, getting on. Remember, it's at the end of the day, it's the men versus the women. This man's got to win for them to scoop the pot. And go, what a 4. Indeed, that was very good indeed. So Pate now remains 1 over, Sally Little 2 over. And the 7th hole, this monster par 5, threading its way down through the trees. There's the bunker on the right, very well positioned, and behind it a grassy hollow with some tangly, wiry grass and old gorse roots in, which is a rather horrid place. And then it bends round past the trees. That's another well-positioned bunker on the left, some 70 yards short of the green. This hole, normally the 14th on the Dukes course here at Woburn. 474 yards for the girls, 565 for the men, so a fair bit of advantage for them here. And Pate first with a driver. That's right. Could be
Well, you're
in
a
that.
great wind player, Jerry.
Could be in that hollow. Now Sally with a driver. And she's gone the other side. Now will it come out? Well, so both of them have succeeded in missing the fairway, and in fact they haven't found Jerry Pate's ball yet. Come on, young sir. There's even Miller anxiously looking.
Lee, we got it.
Well, rather fortunate to find it. Not quite where he thought it was. 7-iron.
That too far?
Just knocked it up and out. And Pate's third shot with a 9-iron. Good shot. There's a step through the middle of this green. Pate just short of it. Now Sally's third shot. And of course, the girls can't be beaten, so Pate needs to win for them to share the spoils. We're talking about $40,000 for the team prize, $5,000 for each individual match. Sally throws it way up in the air as she got over that step. Yes, she has. So it's a bit of putting to do now. Miller thinking now, partner, don't do anything foolish. Oh, super duper. So Pate, having had a few anxious moments, gets his par 5. I don't think he'll miss this one, although he's missed a couple of shorties today. Not that one. And now Sally, who's putted beautifully today without any luck at all. And again she shaves the edge of the hole. Desperately unlucky with those long putts. This for a 5. Yes. 2 par 5s for Pate and Little, and the score remains, well, just that one in it. Pate +1, Sally +2, and just 2 holes to go.
Remember how it was, you were so young, a lot of things to learn along the way. Stories you could share, campfire boys and girls. Come on and get to know the kids today.
Sure, you're busy. Most campfire volunteers are, but not too busy to remember that kids are growing up fast today. They don't have much time either. Call your campfire council.
I can tell a real cowboy from the drugstore kind, clean across Texas. The way he wears his hat will tell you. And the beer that you drink's a surefire giveaway, too. A lot of us drink light beer from Miller. We love the taste, but we surely appreciate that it's got a third less calories than the regular kind. You see, you don't want to be filled up when you're out there punching doggies. Ain't that right, cowboy?
I didn't punch that doggy.
Like beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
A great treat for USA viewers all year long. It's called Time Out Theater. And if interesting and provocative sports stories are your thing, then Time Out Theater is what you're looking for. Great sports features from yesterday and today is what you'll see when you tune in USA's Time Out Theater over most of these same cable systems.
Hi, I'm Linda Arkin. Hatha Yoga is a fantastic way to gain flexibility and balance in body, mind, and spirit. We're going to be sharing some of these ideas and learning basic Hatha Yoga positions on Alive and Well on the USA Network 2 hours a day. Please join us. It's fun.
And another of my favorites here at Woburn, the 8th, which is normally the 17th. There's that lone pine, which is a very strategically placed tree. Little dogleg hole left to right. Plenty of room left from the tee, but then the trees can block you out. Biggish green, nice looking hole. Pate with a driver. Lovely smooth, rounded swing.
Get it, William.
And that's a monster drive, way past the big tree. Sally with a driver. Gets herself lined up, takes a lot of care, and a nice wide swing, hands and arms back and through. Very smooth.
That's your best today there.
Well, Pate says it's the best today. You don't argue too often with him. It's dead centre of the fairway, in fine shape, but she's a stroke behind. Lot to do.
I think he went right now.
Sally, is it a lonely life on the tour with your family being so far away in South Africa? Do you feel lonely at times, being a sort of bachelor girl?
I did at first, Peter. When I first came over, I really missed my family very much. I think everyone does. I come from a very close one, so it made a big difference there. But I've gotten used to it now, and I have a lot of friends in the States, and the way the tour is now, we almost play in the same towns every year, and you learn to get friends that way. And a lot of times I'll stay with people around the course, and to me, it doesn't bother me so much anymore.
Is it a friendly tour? Basically.
Basically, yes. I think our tour is a lot closer than the men's tour on the whole. You know, you can't get along with everybody,
No.
and can you imagine 150 women together at times? It gets a little hairy.
Actually, I know a couple of fellas that don't get on too well. Find that hard. You were telling me about your new house. Tell us a bit about the new house now. What style is it, and where is it, and all the rest?
Well, I live in Florida now, and I've been in it for 18 months. I'd call it contemporary.
Yeah.
Americans call it contemporary. It's a lot of wood and a lot of glass, and I've really enjoyed decorating it myself.
One story, one floor.
One floor, 2-bedroom, and it has like 3 bathrooms. It's a nice size home. It's right on a golf course. And it's something that I've always wanted to get, and I finally made enough money last year where I could buy myself a home.
Are you frightened that when you're away that somebody might be breaking in and taking the goodies, or does someone look after it for you?
Well, I have, it's in a development. It's on a golf course, and the people that run the club are very nice, and they come in at least once a week to find out if things are okay, because it's very tough to leave a home for that length of time. If you burst a water pipe, you come home.
You don't do that in Florida, not through freezing conditions anyway. Oh, it's nice to see you've got roses growing around the door anyway, Sally.
I'm very happy with what I do, and I feel very fortunate to be able to do something that I enjoy. Not too many people can say that.
Indeed not. Well, Sally has got to play her second with a 4-iron, and it needs to be a good one. Just 2 holes to go. She's 1 stroke behind her team. She and Nancy Melton are 1 point ahead. The men have to win. Tremendous tension and excitement. And she just pulled it up, but not far from the flag. Awkward little chip, but that was a bold effort from Sally Little. Pate, after that huge drive with just a 9-iron. Oh, that's a beautiful looking shot right at the pin. Oh, and just a touch too strong, but a very holeable one for a birdie. And there's Nancy and husband Tim, anxiously watching her partner. Just 1 stroke behind, but she needs a good little chip here, and it's not the easiest of shots. Oh, played it delightfully. Very good. Johnny's still there, concerned about his partner. Now taking his putter from just off the green, Pate for a 3. And my word, frightened everyone a bit. Being very meticulous from 2 inches. Pate's 4, that's a par. Well, now Sally must hold this one. If she does, of course, she remains just 1 behind and 1 hole to play. And she does. There's Nancy and Tim again. So come on, dear, we'll go and look at the last hole. Sally's just one behind, +2 to Pate's +1. So our aerial shot of this final hole, which indeed is the 16th in reality, here on the Duke's course at Woburn. Little dog leg, that little kink in on the right-hand side where you can put your drive. And then up between the firs. 444 yards for the men and 383 for the girls. Pretty flattish green. And now Pate, one ahead, needs a good drive.
Get down. Down.
Signs of get down. Well, rather verbal. I think he's all right. Now Sally. And that comes up on top of the ridge, and she's in a very good position indeed. She's still got a fairly long second shot into this final green, and she's one stroke behind, so one feels must get a birdie 3.
Always like to be one up on them, Johnny, on the women.
You never get one up.
Because they always get even with you. Yeah, but they always get even with you.
She's right in the middle of the fairway. She's hard to get.
So I'm perfect over here in the tree, John.
Well, it's Pate to play his second shot first, and it's something like a 6 or a 7 iron. He flirted with the trees. He says it's perfect. It could have fooled me. Now, can he conjure up a little bit of magic and slice it round the corner, or is he going to play out safe? He's in fact got a 7 iron. And he cuts it high out, gets it turning a little bit left to right. And that's very good indeed. Gets it on, as you can see, just to the front corner, but still a long way from the hole. Sally with a 3 iron. Now she needs the right club and the right distance. Jerry may 3-putt. If Sally can really rip this one close